Hi, this is E.T., and this is George Zottman. During the late 1800s, early 20th century, he was understood as the strongest man in the U.S., and whose primary rivals in strength were George Hackenschmidt of Estonia and Arthur Saxon in Germany, Europe at the time being considered the homeland of the great strongmen. Zottman, himself of German descent, was as well known among strength enthusiasts in the U.S. as James Corbett, if not John L. Sullivan, was among fight enthusiasts. Zottman is remembered today primarily for an exercise that he created, the Zottman curl. You grab two dumbbells, supinated grip, your wrist angled back just a bit, curl the dumbbells to the shoulder, you rotate 180 degrees, and slowly lower the dumbbells to straight arm position. Then rotate hands 180 degrees and repeat. Zottman, by the way, usually used a 50-pound thick-handled set of dumbbells. Well, as useful as that curl was that bears his name, Zottman was, in fact, incredibly strong. Example, grip strength. During a late 1920s weightlifting contest, it was in, I think, Zottman's hometown of Philadelphia. One of the lifters, already famous for his own vice-like grip, approached Zottman, who was retired at the time. He was one of the judges. And that lifter, while pinching the smooth sides of two 50-pound plates, asked the old Zottman if he could do it too. Well, Zottman did just that. Then he held them out for a while and raised them with straight arms to shoulder level. And then he held them a while longer. Of course, the audience saw the whole thing. Then there was his squat. Now, few at the time were familiar with that lift, and no official recognition of it existed back then. But Zottman's leg power was acknowledged worldwide, and he kept his legs fit by regularly walking upstairs, holding his thick-handled dumbbells. Then there was the bent press. Zottman put up 264 pounds by first cleaning the weight with one arm. Now, Arthur Saxon lifted a lot more weight than that, but not with any one arm clean. Then there was cycling, and this ties into leg strength. During the late 1890s, biking was growing in popularity in the U.S., which led to a good roads movement that in turn made the automobile possible here. Well, Zottman was in the news for his bicycle, which had about a 10-to-1 ratioed sprocket, and he could, on a flat road, pedal that thing up to 60 miles per hour. Now, Zottman actually pedaled this bicycle up hills, something considered almost impossible at the time. Then there was the harness lift. He was able to, using his whole body, raise up 3,400 pounds. I believe at the time that was a record. And then there was his one-arm press using 175-pound iron dumbbell. He did it while seated in a chair. When comparing strength greats of over a century ago, it's impossible to determine the strongest for several reasons. And while there were hyped advertising and exaggerated word-of-mouth testimonies, there are few surviving official statistics. And almost all of the men of these years could outdo others using certain very odd lifts. But one thing is clear, Zottman ranked among the world's best and looked to be so with a shoulder width of 24 inches, 19-inch biceps, 15-inch forearms. One man cupped Zottman's lower forearm, and he said it was like holding a 10-pound shot. Zottman had 27-inch thighs, His calves measured about 19 inches. Keep in mind he stood 5 feet 11, usually weighed in at around 218 pounds. Anyway, that's the story. I didn't have too many pictures. They just don't exist. If you like the story, well, you know what to do. Thumb up, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.